Hey everyone, Tom Caffarella here from Ocean City Development. Today I'm going to be talking about how to earn multiple revenue streams in the real estate investing business. So when I started out in real estate, it's actually right after I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. My goal was to accumulate as many rental properties as possible. And so I only thought about the business from a passive income stream scenario. And that's how I got interested in real estate investing. But what ended up happening along the way is that I realized that only earning income in one way in real estate did not make sense. Because at the end of the day, the real estate investing business all revolves around getting great deals. Okay, so in order for me to accumulate rental units, in order for me to earn enough money on a yearly basis and accumulate rental units, I needed to get them at a discount. So what started out as a way for me to earn just passive income, right, blossomed into me earning revenue in 4 different ways. And I had to get discounts on my rental properties, by the way, because I did not have enough money to fund investment deal, rental property after rental property after rental property. So what happens for most people when they start to accumulate rental properties is they get stuck. And they get stuck because you can only afford, I mean, everybody's limited by the capital that they have. And typically speaking, you're only going to be able to afford to put down payments on so many rental properties. So what ends up happening for most small-time investors is that after you buy 1 or 2 or 3 rental properties, your capital is gone. And from there on out, it's kind of a waiting game for your properties to appreciate, for you to pull out enough equity, or for you to then have the time accumulate to save up enough money for your down payment for your next rental property. So knowing that, what I ended up doing, what I still do today in order to continue to accumulate and build my rental property portfolio, is I get great deals. And when you get a great deal, when you get a below fair market value rental property, you can buy, put a little bit of money into it, renovate, get it fully rented at max cap, and get a max cap rate, and then refinance and pull all of your money out. And so that was my goal. My goal, again, after reading the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, was just to accumulate as many rental units and earn as much passive income as possible. For those of you who are on the call right now, just put into the chat box, do me a favor, let me know where you're geographically located, and let me know when you first starting in real estate what you were looking to do, what income stream you were looking to make money on, whether it was passively or flipping or wholesaling, or even just the brokerage income. So anyways, back to how I started. I started by wanting to accumulate the rental units, and I knew that I had to get great deals. I knew that the only way for me to continue to build my rental property portfolio was by getting a less than fair market value deal so that I could refinance out and really not be limited by the amount of deposits that I had out there, that I had available to me. And so what I ended up doing was, in order to get great deals, I started marketing to sellers directly. And what that allowed me to do was to get the below fair market value deals that then allowed me to pull my money back out and continue to buy more and more rental properties. But what happened when I started generating a lot of motivated seller leads along the way is the fact that I couldn't buy every property. So when you market to a motivated seller, typically speaking, right, you're going to generate as many leads as possible. But even if you get great deals, you're still not going to be able to buy every single one of them. So what do you do in that scenario? Let's say that you're prospecting for great rental properties and you meet with 2 sellers on the same day. You get both of your offers accepted, but you can only fund 1 deal. And so that's really how I started creating multiple streams of revenue in my real estate business, because I would have great deals that I couldn't do anything with. And so now, fast forward almost 10 years, we're marketing a lot. We're spending a lot of marketing money, a lot of time and effort and energy to get in front of motivated sellers in order to make offers for our rental property portfolio. But there's 3 other ways that we currently make money right now. And so those 3 other ways, number 1 is wholesaling, number 2 is fixing and flipping, and number 3 is on the listing side, on the real estate brokerage side. So for those of you who are currently in the real estate business right now, let me know what your number 1 monetization revenue stream source is. Is it listing properties? Is it fix and flip? Is it buy and hold? Is it wholesaling deals? So to get back to the point of the story though, we market to motivated sellers to find great rental properties. But again, we can't buy them all. So we have to use the other 3 strategies when we can't. And so typically speaking, how it works for us in today's business, fast forward to 2017, is that we're marketing directly to sellers to buy their house. We first go out there, we analyze whether or not it's a good buy and hold opportunity for us. So if it is a buy and hold opportunity for us, we will buy it, we will renovate it, we will get it fully rented at max rental values, and then we'll refinance and pull our money back out. So that's acquisition strategy number 1. But what happens if we go out there and we can't get a great deal on? What happens if we go out there and the property's in great condition, or the person just isn't motivated enough to sell to an investor? Well, what we will then do, because we are licensed real estate agents, is we will help that person sell their property through a traditional means. So we will go out there, we will list the property, and we will earn a commission. By the way, for those of you who are real estate agents that are listening to this right now, if you are a real estate investor and you are not a licensed real estate agent, you are leaving tons and tons of money on the table. You need to go out, you need to get licensed as soon as you possibly can. Doesn't mean that you have to be the one listing properties, but in order to take a commission, you need to be licensed in the state that you're doing business in. And so again, what I've chosen to do and what I would recommend doing for every investor that's on this video right now, watching this either live or after the fact, is I would recommend going out and building a team, right? So it can be you as the investor and another person on your team that's a licensed real estate agent that wants to list properties, okay? So you as the investor don't need to be going out there holding open houses, doing anything related to the real estate brokerage side, but you do need someone on your team in order to create that stream of revenue. And so how we do it in my office, just to give you kind of an overview of that, is that for every lead that we generate as an investor that ends up turning into a listing, the people that are on my team, we do a 50-50 commission split share. So if there's a $10,000 commission, me as the investor, I'm making $5,000 on that particular deal, okay? So again, we're talking about creating multiple streams of revenue in your real estate investing business. So like I mentioned, stream number 1 and how I got into the business is rental real estate. So we earn passive income on a monthly basis from all of our rental properties by prospecting to sellers directly and making them offers. If for whatever reason the seller doesn't want to take an investor offer and they want to sell traditionally, we will create that other revenue stream. We'll create that stream of income that is the listing income. Okay, stream number 3. So what happens when we're marketing directly to motivated sellers and the person does want to sell to an investor, but for whatever reason, it's not a property that I want to own myself? Okay, so an example of this is a 2-family or a single family. So we made the determination a while back that in the Boston market, it's very difficult to cash flow on anything that's 3 units, below 3 units. So 2 families, condos, single families, we will not buy and hold. Okay, so when we go out and we meet with a owner of a property who wants to sell a single family or a two family, we know we're not going to hold it. So if they want to sell to an investor, the other two revenue streams that we have are either wholesaling the deal or fixing and flipping the deal. So fixing and flipping the deal obviously is exactly what it sounds like. We're going out there, we're buying the property, we're putting money into it, we're actually closing on the property ourselves, putting money into it, and reselling it typically to an end user. So a retail buyer who wants to live in the property themselves. But what happens if you go out there and the seller wants to sell to an investor and you don't want to own it as a rental property, and for whatever reason, you don't want to do the deal as a fix and flip? So that is our fourth revenue stream, which is wholesaling deals. And so wholesaling is just simply the process of assigning or double closing on a contract, okay, where you've got a property locked up for a great price, and then you sell that contract, you assign the contract, or you double close so that somebody else is actually taking title to the property instead of you, and you're getting a fee in order for getting that great deal. Okay, so to recap, what we're doing in our office in Boston and helping people do on a national level is, number one, market to sellers in order to get face-to-face appointments in order to get great deals. So that's step number one. Step number two is to get out to the property and to try to determine what makes the most sense, how to monetize that deal, how to make money on that deal. And that's going to be 4 different ways. And there's 4 different ways that we earn revenue on these transactions. Either we're going to buy and hold it and earn passive income, we're going to fix and flip it, we're going to wholesale it, or if the person does not want to sell to an investor, and by the way, most sellers don't. There are a lot of sellers out there, especially in this hot market right now, where it doesn't make sense to sell to an investor, but we make sure that we're able to earn a quite passive revenue stream based on the fact that we can have these properties listed. And me as an investor, like I mentioned, I have my agents on my team, and if you do not have an agent on your team, I would recommend hooking up with one as soon as you can. So for those of you who are still on the line right now, let me know what questions you have related to these 4 multiple streams of income that we have as an investor. Check the questions right now to see if there's anything that came through. And I will stick around for as long as you guys need me. By the way, anyone who's on the call who's currently working with me one-on-one, any questions that you want to hit on, right now is definitely the time. Every single day at 4 p.m. I am live on this stream, looking to answer any questions for anyone that's currently on my team or individuals who aren't on my team who just have real estate investing questions. The other thing I want to mention, just to put in the chat box, is if you are watching this after the fact, and you have a question, go to www.questionsfortom.com and join my Facebook group. And what you'll see in that Facebook group is that is the area where you will ask questions 24/7, 365. Any questions that you ask in that group will get responded to within a 24-hour period. So if you scroll through the group, what you're going to see is quite literally a list of questions that people have asked in the past that I've responded to directly. So I manage this page, and I'm available to answer any real estate investing questions that anyone might have. It's totally free to be in the group, and your questions will be answered specifically by me and not by a third party. So if anyone has anything else, just type it into the chat box. Like I said, we're live every day at 4 o'clock. And if you miss it for whatever reason, definitely join my Facebook group at www.questionsfortom.com. I want to thank everyone who jumped on today. And if you need anything else, definitely put it in the Facebook group. Thanks.